bad girl.
As long as YouTube has existed, people have been using it as a platform for video blogging. From early attempts to tell a story like Lonely Girl 15, to news editorials like The Young Turks, all the way to kids just messing around like Smosh, talking heads on YouTube are one of the largest forces in popular culture today. Why, then, did they never take off in Japan, and what is Japan's cultural response to them today? Come with us as we talk about the hottest trend in Japanese internet culture, virtual YouTubers. In order to understand virtual YouTubers' popularity today, we have to understand the elements that made up the perfect storm that created them. Until recently, social media culture on the Japanese internet had been built around staying as anonymous as possible. For a long time, the very pulse of internet culture, and by some accounts mainstream culture, was built around 2channel, a text-based forum where the vast majority of its over 2.5 million posts per day are posted anonymously. While Facebook had bloomed in the Western world, it struggled to gain a foothold in Japan thanks to its competitor Mixi. Mixi, while used to connect friends from the real world, actively discouraged people from using their real names and faces on the site. This, of course, continues as far as celebrity is concerned. While in both cultures, we have our share of internet-made famous people, remember Tila Tequila? Ooh. Japanese internet celebrities sometimes go to extraordinary lengths to retain their anonymity. The most oh-no anime-specific example is the pop duo Claris, first gaining popularity as cover singers on the video platform Nico Video. They have several notable Oricon chart-topping albums and anime openings, and to this day have only shown their faces a handful of times, always at the end of a live performance and never when cameras are around, instead opting to wear full masks when on stage. Enter key new technology, 3D real-time avatars. In 2015, the software FaceRig was released on Steam. FaceRig allowed anyone with a webcam and a computer to inhabit the body of a virtual character, complete with somewhat realistic facial emotions. Before this, anyone wishing to convey realistic facial emotion on a 3D character had to either use a full motion capture rig or hand animate it themselves. Combined with a massive user base creating custom content ranging from a wide cast of anime characters to furry originals and everything in between, FaceRig and software like it created a new niche on the internet. Now the elements of a perfect storm are brewing, culture that likes anonymity and celebrity in equal parts, and a unique way to resolve these opposites. Finally, we have the elements in place for the first hit virtual YouTuber, Kizuna Ai.
Hi, どうもバーチャル YouTuber Kizuna Ai です。
Kizuna Ai is the very definition of a virtual YouTuber. Personality crafted around a 3D avatar in order to engage with an audience using YouTube as their primary platform. While all of the above set the stage for Ai-chan's massive popularity and success, it was up to the character to capitalize. She might have gotten a fastball down the center, but it still takes a skilled slugger to knock it out of the park the way Kizuna Ai has. In her introduction video, she brings attention to the fact that she's different than both her viewers and other YouTubers, since she's virtual, and that her goal is to someday star in a commercial. Fast forward about a year and a half, and she's not only been in several commercials, she's held live events, released a music single, has a spin-off channel dedicated to Let's Plays, stars in a real-life TV show, and has several figurines on the way. While she might have had the same approach as other popular Japanese YouTubers, it was her contrarian personality that helped win over the masses. Using her super AI persona as an excuse to act self-important, most of Kizuna Ai's videos have her over-exaggerating her intelligence and using her sharp wit to make fun of herself and whatever app or event she might be showcasing in a given video. This self-deprecating style stands in stark contrast to most Japanese YouTubers and proved refreshing enough to rocket her to the top of the trending video list time and time again. As of right now, Kizuna Ai has over 2.1 million subscribers on her main channel and over 1 million subscribers on her gaming-specific channel. Naturally, that kind of success oftentimes invites others to try to replicate it, and with the technology to create a virtual avatar as readily available as it is, replicate it they did. It's impossible to tell how many virtual YouTubers there are these days, but suffice to say, there are numerous websites in both English and Japanese set up to keep track of burgeoning virtual YouTubers along with their topic matters and subscriber counts. Two of the more popular virtual YouTubers aside from Kizuna Ai are Kaguya Luna and Mirai Akari. Along with Kizuna Ai, they form a sort of triumvirate, serving to prop each other up with references and cross-promotions, even sometimes appearing on each other's channels. Kaguya Luna is the most boisterous of the three, so much so that many of her fans refer to her as a drunk. Luna's style relies on loud, hilarious non sequiturs and laughing at her haters. In fan art, she's often seen carrying a Strong Zero, a strong but easy to drink alcoholic canned drink that matches up with her character design and character, to be honest, pretty well. Her Western fans lovingly call her Cocaine-chan, for obvious reasons. Mirai Akari completes the trinity. Mirai was designed by Kei of Hatsune Miku fame. She oftentimes pretends to be a pure idol type of character, but almost always slips into dirty old man style jokes, normally at her own expense. She's so obsessed with her self-image that she calls herself the Queen of Ego Search, ego searching being the Japanese term for Googling yourself. Of course, you can't have grassroots success without the big names rushing to cash in. It's become almost compulsory for any multimedia project in Japan to have one of their characters running a virtual YouTuber channel. One of the earliest successful examples is Goldship from Cygame's Umusume Pretty Derby franchise. More recently, idol group 227 noticed that one of their idols had a much larger internet presence than the other members, so the natural follow-up was to have Sally Amaki run a channel as Fujima Sakura, her animated counterpart. These days, there are countless virtual YouTubers with more popping up every day. Some personal favorites: Nekomiya Hinata, a lazy cat girl with professional esports level skills in FPS games. Kimonos, a hip-hop and modern dance duo. Tanaka no Ossan, a 55-year-old man who has guest appeared on Riot Japan's League of Legends casts. Noja Loli, notable for being the first popular virtual YouTuber to use a female avatar with a male voice. And DeepWebUnderground, an Ojo-sama who declared that she and her cohorts would take down an infamous manga piracy site, which disappeared soon after. Despite Japan being their place of origin, other cultures have rapidly caught on. Kizuna Ai's videos have been subtitled by fans in more than 18 different languages, and new videos normally have subtitles available in Chinese, Korean, and English within a few hours. Ai-chan herself has even been appointed an official tourism ambassador by the Japanese National Tourism Organization. English-speaking involvement with virtual YouTubers isn't relegated to just consumption, however. No way, no how. Recently, much like FaceRig, software called Vkatsu was released for free on Steam. Using VR headsets or full-body systems like the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift, it allows a user to easily create an avatar and control them digitally. Some, like Piroko Project, are taking it on like a regular news show. Others, like Dogrunes _, use it as a way to use it as an interesting new medium to tell you to watch good anime, like Symphogear. With Kizuna Ai announcing redesigns for her first anniversary and Kaguya Luna just wrapping up her first live and theater events, it's really hard to see just how far this trend will go. I think the only thing we're safe to say is that virtual YouTubers have become bona fide celebrities in the same way that early real-life YouTubers did over a decade ago. Whether or not they have the same staying power remains to be seen, but I'm betting on yes.